Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from just outside a very scary mob spawning mound in this Let's Play Minecraft Feed the Beast series. In the previous episode, we were working on an MFE battery unit to store the energy we are producing from our llama powered geothermal generator. And in this episode, guys, man, we have got a ton to do. But before I get to that, let's have a look at what the jazz is going on up in here, man. This looks like some sort of Minecraft dungeon on crack, man. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in Minecraft. I think this is some sort of a multi-spawner dungeon thing that you get in Feed the Beast. It sounds like there's multiple mob spawners in there, and I do not have the weapons or the armor to go anywhere near this thing. And I stumbled across this thing because in the previous episode I was talking about making a quarry, and my initial plan was to make the quarry underground so as to preserve the natural surroundings of Rentown. Because what a quarry does, for those of you who don't know, is it actually automatically mines downwards to bedrock all blocks in an area that you specify. So it's like an automatic mining machine. And my initial plan was to set up the quarry round about over here and then mine everything down to bedrock in a 64 by 64 block area. 64 blocks, 32 blocks in this direction, 32 blocks in this direction, and then of course 64 blocks in that direction. And that would mean we would be mining a butt ton of ores all the way down to bedrock. You can see on my mini map I've actually strip mined the area also, because the way that a quarry works is that it clears out all of the area above it 5 blocks high, and then it starts quarrying down toward bedrock. So that's why I strip mined this area, and I also got a whole bunch of more ores and stuff and coal and stuff from strip mining. So it was actually quite lucrative. But I stumbled across this wall over here and I realized that it was a mob dungeon of some kind. And if we set up the quarry to actually run with the dungeon in the quarrying area, the quarry will just suck up the dungeon and destroy it. And obviously, a dungeon of that size is going to be, we're going to be able to make that dungeon into an epic XP farm eventually. I mean, if there's 2 or 3 spawners in there, guys, imagine the XP grinding farm we can make out of that mound, that mob spawning mound. So instead, what I did was, I still have to show you guys. Instead, what I did was I went all the way this way. So this strip mine goes 64 blocks in that direction and 64 blocks in that direction. So eventually, when we get to the quarry is going to suck up everything that you see before you here. 64 blocks in that direction, 64 blocks in that direction, and our mob dungeon will be preserved to be used at a later stage, baby. So I was really excited, and I did a whole bunch of strip mining, got a whole bunch more ores. But then when it came to preparing for today's episode, I realized that we are just not going to be able to make a quarry at this stage. Now, the reason we're not is because a quarry is a very advanced machine in Feed the Beast. Obviously, anything that can automatically mine for you is incredibly powerful. Now, we're looking at the recipe over here. It doesn't look too bad. We've got some iron gears, gold gears, obviously diamond gears. That's 8 diamonds required. An advanced circuit is also required for this. So it doesn't look too bad, but as soon as you dig deeper into what is required for a diamond drill, you suddenly see that aside from 3 diamonds, you need titanium ingots. Now, guys, sit back, close your eyes, and listen to this, man, because I've done some research into what is required for a titanium ingot, and this is what we have to do to get titanium ingots. Okay, are you guys ready, man? Whew. Okay, so to get titanium ingots, we have to macerate bauxite ore into bauxite dust. We then have to put the bauxite dust into the butthole of an industrial electrolyzer with an empty cell to create tiny piles of titanium dust. We then need 4 tiny piles of titanium dust to make 1 pile of titanium dust. We then have to smelt down that titanium dust in an industrial blast furnace to make a titanium ingot. We have to do that twice to get enough titanium ingots to make a diamond mining drill. I hope you guys got that, man. But as you can see, we are still quite a long way off from being able to do that, guys. So we're going to take a step back. We're going to do this one step at a time. And first things first, what we're going to do is finish off the battery room. Now, loads of you guys in the previous episode told me exactly how to make these little strips by putting a ruby's handsaw next to a marble cover rather than on top of it. I was noobing out in the previous episode. but as you can see, we've got some strips now, and that means we can complete the look of our battery storage room. Looking freaking sweet. Our MFE, ooh, it's not fully charged. So what we can do is turn Squidward back on. Bam! And Squidward is going to now suck up some more lava and get going again. It really does look like Squidward, a lot of you guys mentioned. It seriously does. And that's going to get our MFE up to 600,000 EUs of voltage, which is excellent news. Now, let's organize ourselves before moving on to the next step of today's episode, which is going to be crafting the macerator. So the first machine we need to make in that series of requirements that I just told you guys is a macerator, so that we can macerate bauxite ore into bauxite dust. Now, what I've got in the project table over here is all of the materials that we're going to need to make a macerator. Now, a macerator is actually not that expensive of a machine, so don't feel intimidated by the macerator, guys, if you're playing along with me. As you can see, what we need is 3 diamonds, 4 flints, we need a machine block, which is really easy to make, and an advanced circuit. So, you know, there we go, there's the machine block, and then there's an advanced circuit in here. So it's really quite simple stuff, guys. Let's start with the machine block first, right? So there is the machine block, just using refined iron ingots. Kaplam! We only need 1 of those. Then we need to make the advanced circuit. So all we have to do is make some copper wires. Man, rubber is so freaking important in this series, guys. So why don't we make, let's make some copper wires, because we're going to need them for something else too. So what we're making now is the electrical circuit. So to make the electrical circuit, we need copper wires along the top. We need 1 refined ingot in the middle over here, and we need some redstone, and that makes for us an electrical circuit. We need the electrical circuit to make an advanced electrical circuit. Obviously, we're just upgrading an electrical circuit into an advanced one. And the way you do that is just using the dusts, lapis, glowstone, and redstone. Kaplam! There is the advanced circuit, baby. And of course, to make the macerator, if you guys remember, the recipe is literally an advanced circuit, a machine block. We've got our 3 diamonds up in this jazz like this, and then we've got our flint, which is going to be doing the macerating, and that is going to make our macerator. Sweet! Okay, so this macerating tool is going to be able to convert all of our ores over here that you see into dust. Now, what it's going to do, though, is it's going to double the amount of dust that comes out of the ore. So for every iron ore that it macerates, it's going to make 2 iron ore dusts. Then if you smelt that dust, you will get 2 iron ingots. So basically, we can turn 1 iron ore into 2 iron dust into 2 iron ingots. So we're essentially doubling our money over here, which is most excellent. Now, before we can plug the macerator into the MFE, we need to make sure that the voltage going into the macerator is of the correct level. An MFE projects 128 units of voltage, right? And a macerator can only receive 32 units of voltage. So exactly like in real life, we need to transform that high voltage into low voltage. And this is a hint that you guys gave me in the previous episode. Thank you so much for warning me, because if you don't do this, guys, your machines will blow up. If you put too much power into a machine, just like in real life, it is going to explode. So the way that you transform the voltages is via this LV transformer. So that stands for low voltage transformer. This transformer is literally going to transform the high voltage out of the MFE into low voltage for the macerator. And that's going to mean our macerator is going to not explode when we plug it in. So what I want to do is place the macerator over here in this corner, because, you know, I think that if this room over here is eventually going to be the machine room, right? In here, we're going to have macerators, pulverizers, industrial electrolyzers, industrial furnaces, all the stuff that I mentioned in the beginning of the episode. But for that, we're going to need to run some glass fiber cabling all the way into this room to power all of those machines. And obviously, glass fiber cabling requires diamonds, and I don't want to spend my diamonds just yet. So what I'm going to be doing is placing the macerator. I mean, I think, why don't we place the macerator right over here, right? On this block over here. Bam! Okay, so if we plug this macerator into the MFE right now, it would explode. You can see that the MFE is producing 128 EUs of energy, and this macerator, unfortunately, it doesn't tell us how much freaking energy it needs, but literally, if you just look on the wiki, this macerator can only receive a maximum of 32 EUs. And this LV transformer is going to transfer this 128 EUs into 32 EUs. So holding down shift, I'm going to place the LV transformer. Now hopefully that's been placed correctly, and this macerator is not going to explode. But why don't we plug this baby in and see if it's actually going to work. So it's got power. It's showing us that it's got power. So let's go get some ores, shall we? Oh man, this is going to be epic. Okay, so why don't we start with some iron ores, right? Just because I want to double my iron ore amounts right now. I mean, you know, we can do the bauxite later. Let's get our freaking iron macerated. Kaplam! Oh baby, it is working. There we go. And if you look at the top, the little fan is going and there's smoke coming out of it. So we know that this thing is running nice and beautifully. Excellent. Oh man, that is beautiful. Now, let's have a look at what this macerator is doing. Okay, so there's the iron dust, right? So one iron ore has been turned into 2 iron dust. Now, if we take this iron dust over to the auto furnace room, this is going to be sweet. Oh man, this is going to be epic. So if we put the iron dust in there, you can see it's going to smelt down that iron dust into an iron ingot, baby. So that is absolutely awesome. I'm so happy with that, man, seriously. Now, what I'm thinking, do we have a redstone engine around here? We do have some redstone engines. Excellent. And I think we've got some chests too. So what I'm thinking is, why don't we make a system here that's going to suck out the macerated goods out of the macerator into a chest and then add new ores into the macerator once it's done doing that, right? So that seems like a fairly good idea, I think. So if we've got some cobblestone transport pipe over here, right? Oh wait, we're going to need some wooden transport pipe first, right? Because that's going to suck out the item out of the macerator. So where is the wooden transport pipe? Oh, we're going to need to make one. No problemo. Get a bit of glass out of our storage room. And let's make a little bit of a wooden transport pipe, baby. Kaplam! Sweet! Now, let's get back to our beautiful macerator. And let's get our wooden transport pipe ready over here. So, bam! Oh man, that is a cobblestone. Oh, come on, that ain't a wooden transport pipe. Okay, there we go. So, that's beautiful, right? Now, what happens if we stick our redstone engine up on top of this? Is it going to automatically run? Unfortunately, that is not going to automatically run, but we will power that engine very, very shortly. And then what we are going to do is suck out the macerated goods out of the macerator into a chest down here. Right? Excellent. I mean, we don't have our storage room set up yet, so, you know, we've got to sort of make do with what we've got. Now, let's get some power into the butthole of that redstone engine. All we got to do is pick up a lever, if we've got one. Yep, we got a lever and just a block of marble. Sweet! And let's put this marble up here. And then we're going to be able to turn on the redstone engine just like that, baby. Nice. So this should start sucking out... Oh, no. No. That is cute, but it's wrong. Okay, so that is obviously not sucking out of the correct thing. So let's just... Oh goodness, we don't have a pickaxe. We can't stop it. Stop it. All right, let's see if this wrench turns this thing around. Okay, so this wrench does not turn this thing around, unfortunately. There's got to be an exit hole or something, right, for this macerator. How can I turn this macerator around? Oh my goodness. Alright guys, I'm going to do a little bit of research into how to turn this macerator around and get this thing working. I'm going to set up a sort of automatic feed system for the macerator. And I will see you on the other side of this kaplam. Kaplam! Alright, Sabba diggity dogs, we are back in the battery room and I have figured out what the jazz is going on with the freaking macerator, man, and why we can't get items out of the macerator. The reason is because the macerator has an output hole, and to get stuff out of the macerator, you need to connect your wooden transport pipe to the output hole. So what we need to do is actually turn this macerator around, because currently its output hole is facing the LV transformer over here, so we can't get access to it. This wrench, unfortunately, does not turn the macerator around. Let's just pick up those iron dust bits. So we need to make a new wrench that I think is going to be able to turn that macerator around. And that wrench, I think, is this one over here. This requires bronze ingots to be made. And bronze is quite easy to make. All you got to do is mix tin with a little bit of copper. And that is going to give us our bronze ingots. So let's make a couple of those. All we need is 6 bronze ingots for that. Now we can make this wrench. It looks a little something like this, and hopefully this wrench is going to be able to turn around our macerator. Why don't we get our iron dust a smelting, baby, because damn, that is 58 iron times 2. So that is what, 116 iron right there, baby. That is epic. And it looks like our auto furnace room might be running out of gas. So I'm going to go and add a little bit more coal into the butthole of the auto furnace room before we try and turn the macerator around. Yeah, look at this, man. There is no coal left up in here, man. We need to restock the coal supply there. So guys, let's head back into the battery room and let's see if we can actually turn the macerator around. So, right click, baby. Kaplam! Oh, okay. So that breaks the macerator, but that is, I mean, that is fine, right? Because now we can just replace it. Now, I think we want the exit hole to face this way. Okay, so that looks like the exit hole right there, right? So let's get our iron ore back in there. Now, this must be the exit hole right here. So let's give it a go, right? Wooden transport pipe. Redstone engine. Lever. And a chest for all the delicious dust to go into. Kaplam! Let's turn that jazz on. Now, what we should see is dust being sucked out of the butthole of the macerator. And there it is, baby. Excellent. Oh, man, that is awesome. Now, what we want to do is add to the top of this macerator what is called a hopper. Now, a hopper is really cool, and I do believe it's something that's going to be introduced into vanilla Minecraft pretty soon. But a hopper literally allows you to add items, more than just one stack of items into a machine, right? Let's just make one and you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. Pretty easy to make, it looks like it. Let's have a look at that recipe. So we just need some iron ingots, a chest, and what is this? A stone gear. Okay, that's not too difficult to make. I think our iron ingots are in the project table awaiting usage. There's a stone gear right there. Nice. Are there some iron ingots in here? No. So what we're going to have to do is pick up an iron ingot from here. Kaplam! How many do we need? 5. So we need to pick up one more over here. Man, this is so awesome. We are getting so much iron now from this system. This is just sweet. Right, so what did that hopper look like? So we've got a chest at the top, a stone gear in the middle surrounded by iron. The iron looks a little something like this. The gear looks like this. And then the chest at the top. Kaplam! Sweet! Now, we're going to install this hopper to the top of the macerator. While we're at it, let's pick up some more of these piles of delicious ores. Let's pick up some of our gold because that's what we need. Some of our tin. Silver is important. Iron. There's more iron. Let's do the copper. And we don't need any of these at the moment. Is there anything else we want to... and a little bit more copper ore there. So that is awesome. Okay, so let's install the hopper to the macerator, right? I'm just going to hold shift and there and put it on the top. Now, what you can see is we can add some more things here. So this is absolutely awesome, right? So let's just get our... We need copper more than we need iron. So we're just going to add all of our copper into there. And I think what we'll do is macerate this gold down first because that's going to be quick. Whoa! I hear a slime. I hear a freaking slime around here somewhere. And then let's add another pile, a full stack of 64 iron in there, and then another full stack of 64 iron. So all of this is eventually going to pass through the macerator and then go into this chest. And that is so freaking awesome. I can't even begin to explain how epic that is. And guys, this macerator is going to get us one step closer to making the quarry because we're going to be able to make some freaking titanium dust to smelt down into titanium ingots, baby. That is going to be freaking sweet. But guys, that is the end of this episode. In the next episode, we are going to be working on the industrial electrolyzer so that we can turn that bauxite dust into tiny piles of titanium dust, which we can then smelt down into titanium ingots. Man, this jazz is getting complicated, but I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, guys, show me the love by hitting that freaking like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, here is a subscribe button for you to smack. Wow! Smack that subscribe button, my friends. There's way more Feed the Beast to come. 3 times a week, baby. And of course, there's also Let's Play Minecraft and a whole bunch of new Let's Play games coming this year. And if you're from somewhere in the future, man, well, thank you for watching the episode. Guys, this has been ReNDoG playing Feed the Beast. We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends.